As you are listening to this video, right now there is someone that absolutely hates you. There's someone that despises you. There's someone that's gossiping about you. They can't wait for you to fall. They're really sitting there day and night watching you, waiting, and they enjoy the bad news when they receive it from you. That's a fact. That's reality. That's life. It's harsh, but it's a harsh truth, but you gotta hear it. However, instead of you worrying about that one person, why don't you see what I'm about to tell you, and hopefully this will become your reality in your thinking. Because just as much as there are always going to be those people that hate you, despise you, and this is friends, family, and people in your inner circle, I'm here to say to you that God Almighty, when He created you before the foundations of the earth, He knew you, and He put something so incredible inside of you for you to be successful and to prosper by bearing fruit. What that means is God Almighty put the ending in you before the beginning. So inside of you is the greatest thing that exists, and that's you. You are special, you are unique, there's nobody like you. And of course, whenever you are about to become the person that God Almighty created you to be, you're gonna have some resistance, and God is going to allow it. And the reason why is because whenever those difficulties come, whenever that pressure comes, something good comes out of you. Something good. Now, some people get weaker and some people just get stronger. And I'm here to say to you today, you don't want an easy life. You don't want to have everything rolled out to you on a red carpet. No, you want some struggles, you want some trials, because at the end of the day, you got to see yourself as a tree. God Almighty put a different tree inside of everybody for them to bear a different kind of fruit. Now, if I was to be a lemon, I couldn't be producing grapes. I couldn't be producing peaches. I have to produce lemon. So I have to be successful, that whenever someone comes to me, what are they getting? They're getting a lemon here, they're getting a lemon there, and then they're taking what I've giving them, and then they basically reproducing something. So that's you. Inside of you is already the ending. So you don't need to worry about the critics, the haters, the people that gossip about you. What you need to worry about is, hey, what's inside of me that I can use to serve other people? Because here it is, Proverbs 18, I think it's 16:18 or 18:16. It says that your gift will make room for you, that you will stand before great people. So that means whatever God deposited inside of you, that's what you need to worry about. And if you want to understand how are you going to achieve and fulfill this thing, well, you need to have a relationship with Jesus. He's going to help you to get whatever's inside of you out. Because at the end of the day, that's what you were born to do. God put it inside of you, just like the manufacturer of Audi. Before they take the car and send it off to go and sell it, that car has got everything it needs to drive, to perform. The electric windows work, the alarm works, everything works for that thing to be successful. And that's the same thing with you and I. God created us to be successful in what He called us to do. So if you are not successful, you got to ask yourself, why are you not successful? What are you doing wrong? And sometimes it's habits. You got to change certain habits. Sometimes it's the influence that you've got around you. You got to change the friends. Sometimes you got to actually find another job, something that suits you. Sometimes you got to go to the Word. Not sometimes, all the time you got to go to the Word and see what is God's instructions for your life. How does He want you to live? How does He want you to talk? He wants you to keep His Word. He wants you to keep your word. He wants you to keep His Word in your hearts, and He wants you to keep your word. So what you say, you do. God is looking for people that have a strong character, that are prepared to say yes and prepared to say no. So if you don't want to do something, say no and don't do it. If you say yes, then you must achieve the thing that you've called to do. So God looks for character. And what I'm going to say to people is, some people do not start because they're always worried about what people think of them, and they're always worried about failure. I'm here to tell you today, it's okay to fail. Failing is how you learn. Don't listen to the school system and the system out here where they try to tell you, no, everything must be perfect. No, you got to make a lot of mistakes before you learn how to become successful in a specific area. Trust me, I know. So my message to you today is, don't worry about that 5, 10, 20% of people that don't like you. Worry about that 80% of people that God is going to use. God is going to use you for, and He's going to help you to become the person that you were called to be, so that you can go help those 80% of people that actually do want something from you, that need you to give them something. You see, what's inside of me, I owe it to people. It's like that fruit. It's there to reproduce, to be productive. And then You give me something, I give you something. That's what the kingdom is. It's so that God can fulfill his plan over your and my life. So I pray and I hope that you are going to catch a wake up and realize that you were actually born for greatness. You don't need to go look outside and seek everybody's approval. It's already all built inside of you. It's like this car, it's got everything. It just needs the fuel. And yeah, God has given you everything you need, but you need to have that relationship with him.